Hello, hello, hello. It's Wednesday, September 17th, 7 p.m. I'm on my last cardio for the day, my third one. I do 5K steps each one. So we started this at about 1,100. So we'll end at about 16,000. Did I say that right? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that was right. I get confused. It's beautiful out here. It just poured. It just downpoured. So everything's soaked. I think it's past. So that's why I came out early, just to jump in while we got a little gap before the rain starts again. Hopefully be all right. I don't know. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, Ego. How you doing? It's beautiful out here. The storm just passed, but it's still sort of stormy, you know. Nice. I'm doing better. I don't know if you watched my video. I lost my dog. Sort of tore me up, man, this morning. Really hurt. Had her for 11 years. It's actually my son's dog, my older son, and we got her when she was a puppy. And then he ended up moving in with his girlfriend, and she was pretty much mine for the last, 6, 7 years, just me and her. Yeah. It kills me, man. But she's all right. She's in doggy heaven now. She's doing all right. What's going on tonight? What are you up to? Watching anything good on TV besides me? Some of the video, well, it don't come out till tomorrow. Today's workout, I think it comes out tomorrow. I'm not sure when I post stuff. But yeah, I went heavy, man. I was struggling for those last few reps. It was hard. It was heavy. Hey, how you doing? How am I gonna pronounce that? I'm out here on my doing my cardio session. It's my third one for the day. I got to get in 15,000 steps a day. Nah, I ain't jogging. I can't jog yet. My big ass ain't make it to jog level yet. I'm still on walking level. How you doing, Blue Cat? I'm trying though. I'm trying to get there. I'm still on walk level. But that's my goal. Hopefully by next month I'll be on like a little sprint level. But I lost 47 pounds already so far. And I just started to increase my strength training. So it's probably gonna slow down now as far as weight drop, because I'll be putting on muscle. Trying to build up my man boobs, Trying to get rid of these man boobs and grow my legs out. Those seem to be always the hardest thing for me to grow, was my man boobs, my chest and my legs. Seem to always be the hardest. I don't know. But I'm putting in work though. I'm trying. It was a little setback this morning when I lost my dog, but it's in my head, but not to be mean or nothing, but I'm trying to block it out, and just keep going. That seemed to be my problem all the time. Every time I try to get healthy, depression would always kick my ass. But I ain't gonna let it get to me this time. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna push. A couple beautiful ladies over there on the basketball courts. Might have to go over and play some basketball later. I think I met them before too. It's a mother-daughter. They're from Cuba. Really pretty. How you doing? How you doing? Nah, I can't understand that. What is that? I'm gonna guess it's either, is it Russian? Is that Russian? I'm just guessing. Russian, Ukrainian, I don't know. Which one is it? Is it a babushka? I got a babushka in the lobby. Talk to me. Nah, I can't understand. I'm sorry. uh, hopefully you understand me though. Yeah. That's the other cool thing, man, about going live. I did this morning too, at 4:30 this morning. Man, I had people from everywhere in here. And I guess it's crazy because, like 4:30 a.m. for me, hey, how you doing? It was like, for them, it was like afternoon or evening. So they were chilling. I just getting up. Where you from? What language is that? Is that, am I close? Russian? Ukrainian? I'm close though, ain't I? All y'all jumping in. Before you jump out, don't forget to leave a subscribe. Help the old man grow the channel. It don't cost a thing, not one penny, to hit that subscribe button. Don't nothing, just hit it. Help the old man out. Hey, Razor. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Rosita? Razor. But I used to be the same way, man. I used to scroll through everybody's stuff. And at the end of the YouTube, they always say, please leave a subscribe and stuff like that. I used to think you had to pay for the subscribe, because when they said subscribe, I always thought it was like a subscription. So I used to thought you had to pay. I didn't know it was free. You just go down and hit the button and it helped their channels grow, you know what I mean? I didn't know that, So now when I see it, obviously I'm always hitting it. I be hitting it. I got all kind of people I'm following. Don't even know who they are or what they're about, but I figured to help them out, How you doing, John? How you doing? Now, see, you keep texting. I don't understand it. Hey, Rashid, I'm doing okay. Doing better. I lost my dog this morning. Had her for 11 years. Yeah, she was like my grandbaby. But she was getting old, tired, weak, So, I believe she's in a better place, She's in doggy heaven. She's up there running around with all the puppies. She's doing good. She's in a good place. Manitoba. Okay. I have. Whoa. Thank you, Rosita. I'm here in Central Florida. Place called Sumpter County. Sumpter County, Florida. Really, really small place. This is our local park. It's surrounded by cow fields. Nothing but cow pastures and farms. That's it. It's a really small town. I mean, I don't even call it a town. Like the town next to us, about a 15-minute drive, that's a town, It's got 1, 2, maybe 3 lights, street lights. We ain't got nothing. We got no street lights. We ain't got nothing. The only gas stations and stores closest is up by the interstate. Jacksonville, yeah. People from Florida lived in Florida forever. Everything from Gainesville down, we consider Florida. Anything above Gainesville, we don't call Florida. We're in Florida, Sumpter County. Here, I got one for y'all. You want to hear how small and weird my town is where I live? Ready? I'm going to try to pronounce it. Even to this day, it's hard for me to pronounce. And then I got all kind of people, family, friends, when they come to visit, they just, how do you pronounce this? I don't know. Ready? Well, it's lake, because we live on a lake. I live on a lake. There's a river, the Withlacoochee River. We got 7 freshwater spring canals. It's beautiful. But it's called, ready? Lake Panasofsky. See, I'm starting to get better at it. Panasofsky. That's what it's called, yeah. Oh, did you see me at Clayton? It's all right, Wolfgang. We always got to have that 1 or 2 in the lobby, you know what I mean? I love them. I get them to the point where they just say, I'm done. I ain't going to try to troll no more. Yeah, you got to have the trollers in here. That's the whole point, right? Pants off, skeet. I hear you, smoke. It's crazy. What y'all want to talk about? Let's start a conversation. I'll tell you something funny. Here's a good one. Ready? So the other morning, everybody is always talking about me, right? So I was like, let's pick a topic, right? I tell everybody, there was a bunch of guys in the lobby. I said, let's pick a topic. And nobody wanted to come up with a topic, right? Nah, I ain't got no COPD. Never smoked in my life, Clayton. So the topic was tacos. Man, you should have seen how these people were freaking out about tacos. Because I was saying, tacos are overrated. Tacos is old. It's time to move on. But it seems like nowadays everybody is talk about tacos like it was yesterday's news. That shit wasn't yesterday. Tacos about as old as pizza. You know what I mean? And I've had every taco you can name. Living down here in the South with the real Mexicans, man. I had this one guy used to be tacos every day for lunch at work and would never tell me what they were until after I ate them. Look at that. Whatever. That's what everybody was saying. Everybody was sticking up for tacos. I ain't saying I don't like tacos. I love tacos, but let's quit overhyping it. You know what I mean? Man, this guy used to bring in rooster tacos. What's that other thing? We got them all over here in Florida because he kills it all around here. And roly-polies, what they called? Armadillo. Man, he used to catch all the armadillos in his yard. I had armadillo tacos, snake tacos, you name it. I've had it. Ceviche, yeah, I love ceviche just all together. Yeah, hell yeah. I love ceviche. I like octopus salad too. Pulpo, ensalada de pulpo. I love that stuff too. I hear you. What, the armadillo? Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah. For me, this how I feel about tacos. All right, y'all should know what White Castle is, right? Those little burgers. What do y'all call them? Sliders. I could sit down and eat 20, 30 sliders. Same with tacos. I could sit down and eat 20, 30 tacos. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, it's time to move on. We need to invent something new. You know what I mean? Something new, man. A quail taco. I don't know, but there's tons of quails around me right now. There's all kind of, what do you call them, quails and turtle doves. There's all kind of birds out here in these fields. Oh, man, they're all over the place, man. They're freaking armadillos all up under the house. There'd be a mom, dad, and 3 kids making a mess under there. They're always under there digging holes. Yeah, they're everywhere down here. They're crazy. I mean, it don't bother nobody, but it's just when they get to digging holes and stuff everywhere. Shoot, man. For a little while. It's about 37 years I've been over here. Last time I saw a black bear, was probably about 6 months ago. All our trash cans were getting knocked over the night before trash day. So we put out the cameras and there was a black bear. Just a small one, down here they're small, they're not that big. And, they called it in, they came, got him. Yeah, the coons, yeah, they're all over here too. Not as bad though. I mean, you see those things down here in the daytime walking around, the raccoons. They walk around, because you get so many people down here, locals and tourists, they feed all the animals. So they get comfortable coming out during the day, everything. They be everywhere. I don't know if you can see this one here. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. I don't know how to do this. This is a pretty good sized hawk, and that's its nest over there. I don't know if I can zoom in close enough for you, but he's huge, he's beautiful. I mean, can you see him sitting right there? The dead tree to the left, that's him sitting on the edge. He's always out there at night. It's usually 2 of them, but he's pretty good size. That's a red-tailed hawk. Nah, it's not an osprey. I thought it was an osprey at first. I brought my binoculars the other day so I can get a good look at him. No, it's a hawk. It had a nest up at the top of the tree. Yeah, we get osprey all over the place. Most of the time I see the osprey when I'm out on the lake or up the river. They're mostly nesting out there in the trees, out there in the wild. That's That's our county bird, the osprey, for the schools and stuff. Yeah. But I don't know if y'all saw that big old owl we filmed over here, the last live the other morning, 4:30 in the morning. Because, you know, right here here, you can't see, hold on, let me turn around again. You know, right here in the middle of the field of the walking trail is the soccer field. And as you see, I turn these lights on in the morning. I don't know if I can, where the hell the lights are? There they are. I turn the lights on, which light up the soccer field. And, man, there's a big old owl. He's like 2 foot tall, sitting right in the middle of the field staring at me. But that wasn't the first time I saw him. If you watch the other video I made, I went out to start my truck up 4:30 in the morning a week before that. And he was sitting right on top of my mailbox, just staring at me, like 5 feet from my truck when I started it and the lights came on. And my truck's loud, you know, and the lights was on in his face. He didn't get scared. He just stood there, stared at me, big old black eyes. I recorded it. It's in there. It's on my channel. If you go on my channel, you'll see it. It's one of those videos. And I recorded this time too. Yeah. So, I'll tell you what, Smoke. I'll never forget a day I was riding. I had to go to another town about an hour away, and it was all country roads. And I was taking a back road, right? And I actually took a picture, not with the phone, like with a camera. That was back in the day, you know what I mean? And I seen a bunch of vultures circled around something, and I couldn't see what it was. And as I got closer, this enormous eagle, one eagle, just sitting there with a big old deer. Now, you know Florida deers are way smaller than northern deers, but for a Florida deer, it was a big deer. It was an adult deer with his claw just sitting on it like that, big old claw. Man, he was intimidating. There was like 10, 15 vultures around him. They weren't trying him at all. That boy wasn't playing. That was his deer. Yeah, I'm in Florida, Jay. I'm in Central Florida. It's called Sumpter County. Sumpter County, Florida. We ain't got nothing but farms. Nothing else big going on out here. No big jobs or factories or anything like that. All we got is the farms. Cattle and fruits, vegetables, and a lot of, what do you call those, nurseries? You grow like plants and trees and stuff like that. Sebastian, you over by Sebastian Inlet, Steve? I used to go there. I used to live over in Melbourne. I used to love going to that place. We used to go fishing out there. My son just got a new boat. I'm trying to get him to take me fishing. Ever since he got that girlfriend, man, he don't take me nowhere. He spends all his time with her. he done forgot about his dad. You know, the guy that used to take him to the beach every weekend after school, you know, and the guy that got him 7 cars before he graduated high school. Nah, he don't want to take that guy to the beach, but he'll spend all day with his girlfriend. How you doing, Miss Joanne? Are you fishing now? Oh, heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I love fishing, man. But and I used to love it out here when I was younger, freshwater, catch big old bass. But, you know, eventually, you know, they're gone. So the last 5, 6 years, they've been, what do you call that? They've been stocking the lake. Yeah, so it's 5, 6 years now, man. They're having fishing tournaments like every weekend out here now. People come from all over to fish out here, big old bass. And they do like the marked bass, the tag bass, you know, the winners get like $5 grand. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've been on him. I want to go out on his boat. I want to go do some fishing. But his girlfriend keeps him out of trouble, so that's the only reason why I don't say nothing, you know. She's one of those that keeps him away from all his friends, you know, all those bad influences, so I don't say nothing. So that's okay. It's okay. She's really controllable. She's full control. But he's one of those guys that like it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Rashid, I love fishing. You're at the bottom of a lake. How you doing, Blue Cat? Yeah, I'm right here on the side. I actually live on one of the spring-fed canals that lead out to the lake. And then the opening to the channel where it goes up river, That's about a quarter mile down the road. You could take a boat, not a big boat, but like a John boat. It'd take you a while. But you could take a John boat from here and ride it all the way up stream, river, shoot through a bunch of little places, and you can hit the Gulf. You can hit the Gulf probably in a little over half a day. It'd take you a while. We attempted it one time. I think we made it like, I think we put in about 4 to 6 hours riding. And obviously we took a bunch of gas tanks with us and stuff, and we just ran out of gas and ran out of patience. And we were only about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours from reaching it. But we gave up. It was getting late. We didn't want to head back at night. All the mosquitoes and stuff. He said, hurt, yeah. Oh, yeah, tons of fish, man. They stock the lake now. It's all stocked. They've been stocking it for, say, about 6, 7 years now. They've been stocking it. They've been putting them all into the, like I said, we got 7 spring-fed canals. They were stocking the canals, and then when they got bigger, they were released out. They had like a net thing at the end of the canals. And then they would release them after a certain amount of time, and then they would just let them out. Man, it's tons. Yeah, they have tournaments like every weekend out here. Am I from Florida, born and raised? No. I've been here about 37 years straight, but even before that, I used to come all the time. This is where my mom's family's from. I was raised up north with my dad and his family up in North Philadelphia, 70s and 80s. And then I spent about 12 years in Detroit in the 90s and the 2000s. So, yeah, if you're Gen X, you know what times were like back then, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was a little rough, especially in those areas. But yeah, I didn't want to raise my kids up there. I became a single dad, so I raised them down here. It's way better. They didn't turn out like city boys like me, but they turned out like little country rednecks. But hey, I love them. I'm proud of them. They're good boys. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Rosita. It was crazy. It was crazy. I definitely don't want to go through none of that again. I never been back. Once I left, like when I left Philly, turned my back, never been back. And I got family there. They always tell me, when you gonna come visit us? Nah, I'm good. You can come down to Florida though, take your vacation. I ain't going up there. Yeah, there's some beautiful places. You know, you go downtown, Penn's Landing, a lot of history, a lot of culture. But nah, too many bad memories for me. And Detroit was like a big old trash hole back then. I heard it's been cleaning up some though. I'm trying, Jay. I'm really trying. That's one of my things with my journey, besides the weight loss. I'm trying to better my emotional status and my, you know, just the way I think and everything all together. You know, I got, yeah, how you doing, son Wobble Hobbs? Yeah, it's a good, I call it like my decompression time. When I'm out here walking and talking to you guys, this is like my decompression time. I was assaulted out here though, believe it or not, in this small town right back here in this little trail. Some old guy came up, he just snapped, hit me in my chest once, and I looked at him like, I don't know, I looked at him like, I don't know, like amazed, like, because I even said afterwards, I said, you do see how much bigger I am than you, right? I didn't faze him. He hit me 2 more times. So I just walked away. You know how hard it is to walk away? I've been trying to be a good person. I've been trying to do the right things. I've been trying. The guy asked me the other day, a friend of mine, he said, so what's the most you learned so far? I said, the most I learned so far is being good is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. The hardest thing. I said, being bad is easy. It's easy and it's fun sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But being good, oh my God, that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, to be good. But I'm doing it, you know what I mean? I'm trying. And I know in the end it'll be worth it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Me, I'm Irish Puerto Rican, Rosita. Irish Puerto Rican. That's what I call myself. My great grandfather was full-blooded Cherokee from Coffeyville, Kansas, but I don't call myself Cherokee. I mean, I know it's probably in my bloodline, but I call myself an Irish Puerto Rican when people ask me. But you know, I'll be down here and people always look at me. I look like an old white guy, right? So sometimes I get around Spanish people, they think I'm just an old white guy, and they start talking. And I start talking back because I, you know, obviously I can speak Spanish, read Spanish, sing Spanish, dance Spanish, cook Spanish, eat Spanish. I love it. Love Spanish women. I got a few kids by them. That's another story. Don't get me started on that one. But hey Isaiah, how you doing? But yeah, but I ain't gonna lie to you. When we done here, I'm gonna go over there and say hi to the ladies over on the basketball court. Hey, I am a man. And it'd be disrespectful not to say hi, right? Or good night to them. Because I have met them before, so, you know, that would be the gentlemanly thing to do, right? Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you what, Jay, you know what? The first video I ever made, right? Because it was my daughter that got me into this. First video I ever made, right? I went and I did the video, and then me and my daughter was sitting there because she had me practicing. So then I played the video back, right? And I'm listening to myself and I'm looking, and I look at my daughter. I said, is that how I sound? You know, we don't hear how we sound, you know what I'm saying? I was like, is that how I sound? She was like, yeah, why? I was like, I sound like an old black guy from the hood. No offense against black people, but that's how I sound, right? And, you know, that's my culture. That's how I was raised. You know, I was, you know, North Philly, Detroit, Jesus. That's all I was around. I never saw any white people until I got around my mom and her family. You know, back then, everything was still sort of segregated. Maybe not legally, but people made their choices, you know what I mean? Yeah, I try, Rosita. I try, you know. Nowadays, all I do is try to make people smile, you know. That's what it's about. I guess some people, you know, you try to make them smile, and it's like they take offense to it. You know what I mean? You know, like last time I was out here recording, obviously I don't record people, you know. Yeah, you know, and I was bypassing people, and I would say, excuse me, you know, sorry. And they just give me dirty looks because I had the camera in my hand. I was like, yeah, I'm being polite. Yeah, my dad, you know, my dad was Puerto Rican. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell if I show you a picture. You know, obviously I get my mother. Everybody says I look like my mother. But my dad was black. He was black. I mean, he was Puerto Rican, full-blooded. But, you know, his family, his ancestry over there obviously was mixed with the African. And when I say African, I don't mean black Americans, you know, Africans. And, you know, they were mixed in. He had a big old afro. I mean, he was black. He might not have been this pitch black, but he was black. But he was my dad. I never saw color, you know. That was my dad, you know. You know. And, like, I give you an example. Back in the 80s, when we came here the first time, he brought my... he drove my mom and us down here for like I think it was Easter vacation or something. It was summer vacation or something. All we ever had out here, there was one gas station with 2 pumps, and the name of the gas station was Circle K. People called it the OK Corral. So we pulled up, you know, we had one of those old 70s station wagons, you know, and we pulled up. My dad got out, he went in to pay so that he could come out and pump, right? When he came back out, he got in the car. My mom was like, what you doing? Get the gas so we don't have to get it in the morning. You know, my mom was like, they're not going to be open early. And he was like, don't worry about it, let's go. My mom was like, no, I know what's going on. My mom got out the car. She went inside. She came back out steaming. She told my dad, she said, pump the damn gas. They wouldn't pump my dad gas. They wouldn't let him pump gas. It's pretty bad, man. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, even today, man, there's a lot of it still around here in these small towns. But it's like I say, I look white, so I mean, I got a Puerto Rican flag here on my arm with my American flag tatted on my arm, both of them. But unless people see it, they really don't know. They just think I'm some old white guy. Or until I start talking, they were like, "You ain't from here, are you?" I'd be like, "What makes you think that?" You know. But yeah, I don't see color, and I think that's like, you know, and that's to me, especially amongst Hispanics. Which, you know, when I say Hispanics, that puts everybody in the group. We don't see color. We never have. You know, because there's so many of us. You know, I got cousins from Puerto Rico. They're blonde hair, blue eyes, white as day. Cousins dark. We don't see color. And, you know, we call each other out. You know, like, you know, the dark one, we're like, "Yo, negro, come here." You know, negro means black. But it's not racist. It's not offensive. You know, it's with love. It's just how we communicate. But all y'all other people, man, y'all see color too much. Y'all take the color out the equation. Yeah, that was a long time. Yeah, that's probably one of the first old school Circle K's. Yeah, it's not there no more. Yeah, I'm colorblind, Keith. I don't see it. Should have been out here the other morning, buddy. Should have been out here the other morning. Well, I think it was this morning I was out here. There's a great owl right there in the center, and I had the lights on. He was probably a good 2 feet tall or bigger.
Wow.
And that was the second time I saw him. I actually saw one before out there in front of my house. He was huge. That is a hawk over there. Is that an osprey? I know you had your binoculars.
I don't see it.
See him right there on the edge? The tree in the middle?
Tree in the middle.
The very bottom
Over
limb.
here.
No, right there. The very bottom limb. See him sitting right there? The tree in the middle. Is it a hawk or is that an osprey? I don't think it's an osprey. I think it's a hawk.
Yeah, I'm still. Are you talking about the dead tree?
Yeah, there's 3 dead trees. He's the one in the middle.
I don't see anything on the middle tree. I see where the branch twists up.
I give you some information. You're obviously not from around here. I've been here 37 years.
No, I am from around here.
Are you? I've been here 37. They call that the Trinity. You remember what used to be on that property? How long you been here?
Cracker kettle?
No. How about a mansion?
Oh.
There was an old school mansion used to be right there in the center there.
Yeah,
When I say mansion, I mean mansion.
I've been here 25
That was the
years.
Nah, that's not long enough. That's the Montgomerys. They used to have wild buffalo. Used to roam through there. All buffalo. First thing in the morning, you hear it sound like thunder when they used to feed them. Beautiful. That's when they first started breeding the buffalo with the cattle. And now they call them what? Beefalo.
Beefalo, yes.
Yeah. Just a little history for you. I love when people say they're from around here. They're not from around here. He definitely ain't from around here. I've been here too long. You know everybody. You know everybody when you see somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that's definitely a hawk. You know, the osprey, you can see the whiteness of him. He's dark. That's definitely a hawk. That's a pretty good sized one too. Yeah, that kid, he comes out every once in a while. He usually stares right over there. Yeah, they call that the Trinity. Did I show y'all? You see how it's the 3 dead trees? I don't know if y'all can see it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's just those 3 in the middle of the field. People around here always called it the Trinity trees. And then there's one down the road that got hit by lightning, but it's still standing, but it's all dead and like turned to, what do you call that? When the tree gets hard, what's that, petrified? Yeah, it turned to petrified. It got hit by lightning. Everybody calls that the burning tree. I can't run, Tushar. I try, man. Like sometimes I'll try, like on the short runs, short walks, I try to give it like a jog. But you know, I'm so solid and heavy that every time you take a step, it like hits hard. I don't know if that makes sense. It hurts my back. No, Jay, it was beautiful. No, it's like he ain't been here. He don't even know who the Montgomerys are. When I say it was a big house, it was a mansion. That used to be over there, it used to be a mansion. Like I remember going inside one day, opened the big door. It was like 10 foot tall and stuff. All marble floor, big chandeliers. It was like the richest, oldest family here. They're the ones that broke in the lime rock industry out here. Lime rock's big, that's what makes all the concrete and stuff. And he had a trucking company and stuff and owned all the property. And then he had all buffalo for a while out here when they started breeding them. Man, you know what was cool too? We used to stay over in apartments over there when I was little. Back in, that's when we came down one time. What was that, the 90s? And it's right over in apartments, right on the other side of the field. And it was like maybe once a week you'd hear F-15s. Back then they were F-15s. They used to fly over real low and you could hear them doo, 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 doo. Because the next small town over, it's all country too. The Air Force owns some property over there. And what they do, they would make bombing runs where they would drop sandbags. So they come in low over us and then it would be like right there and then they would drop the sandbags. But then, people started moving in and building houses and stuff, so they had to shut that down. But yeah, there was a lot of cool things in the past, man. You know, today it's nothing. Today it's just a bunch of crybabies. That's all it's about nowadays. Nothing cool, nothing fun. The buffalo were cool though, man. They were cool. They were the coolest things. Yeah. And if you're wondering why I went up to the mansion, that's when I was like 14, 15. I asked for a job. I was cleaning out the horse stalls. I used to have a pick, you know, you see those country movies, the guy with the pick grabbing all the hay with the shit in it and tossing it out. That's what I was doing. I was cleaning out the stalls. How you doing, pork chop? I mean, it paid. Like I said, there ain't nothing around here to make money unless you work on the farms, and I've tried that. Jesus Christ. Hardest one is watermelon. And I was young and strong back then when I first tried watermelon. I was like 16 out there on the field, and there was a bunch of older guys. So instead of putting me in the middle of the line, see, there's one guy grabs, picks up, tosses, and then there's three guys in the middle that just stand and catch, toss, and then there's the guy at the beginning, he throws it up to the bus. Well, I mean, the guy throwing it up to the bus, yeah, he's getting a good arm workout, but the guy picking up the watermelons, he has to bend over, pick him up, throw him. So they put me in that one. Man, they broke me that day. And watermelon's good to eat, but it wasn't that damn good. How you doing, Jeffrey? But yeah, it was cool. It wasn't bad though. I mean, you'd be out there about 10, 12 hours, make like $200 cash. So it wasn't that bad. I did hay too, square bale hays. Oh man, those things are heavy. You know, the square bales, you'd have to throw them up on the conveyor. And then they ride up the conveyor, and then the guy on the truck would grab them and stock them. Then when the conveyor was down, you'd have to throw them from the ground all the way to the top of the truck. Oh man. They usually weigh like, and that was in the morning, so with the dew, the morning dew and everything, they'd be like 65 pounds wet. And one day I showed up, didn't have my gloves, and it's that, what do you call that, twine that they wrap it with? Man, my hands were messed up. They were tore up. But yeah. How you doing, Christian? How you doing, Bembe? Whew. I think this is our last lap. We got our steps in. We doing it. Make sure everybody leaves a subscribe before y'all take off and a like, man. Help me grow this channel up. Keep me inspired to keep going and doing these lives. And keep doing my training. This is what keeps me, a lot of people ask me, I had a couple people ask me the other day, they were like, you know why you ain't blowing up on YouTube? I said, why? They said, because you're posting the same stuff every day. Your same workout, your same training. I said, yeah, I know. I said, that's the point, you know? I'm showing, all my videos are showing that I'm showing up. I'm being consistent. I'm showing up, I'm doing the work. And that's what the whole point of the thing is. I mean, when you go to the gym every day, you do this, you're in the same gym doing the same workouts, right? I mean, you might do a different workout here and there, but you're in the gym, same place doing a workout, right? Same thing with my journey. It's consistency. The whole ideal is the consistency, showing up and being consistent, not giving up, not backing down, you know? That's the whole part. Yeah, they get pretty heavy. Take care, buddy.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those weird ones. I know, I'm sorry. I'll be good. 85 pounds, yeah, that gets pretty heavy. They do all the round bales now out here with the tractors. Ever since they invented that thing, they do all the round bales. They'll be doing round bales out here in this field soon. Grass getting pretty tall. But yeah. Yeah, no. I know, but that's what I do. I'm on a journey, and to get to where I want to be, I have to do this over and over again and be consistent. And it's been working. I'm 79 days in, 47 pounds down. I put on a little bit of muscle already. I'm feeling better, I'm feeling good. All my labs are good. It's working. Why mess with it, right? Why mess with it if it's working, right? And, like I said, you see where I'm at. Ain't nothing fancy, ain't nothing flashy out here, you know what I mean? That's all we got. I mean, if you watch my videos, you see I'm in I call it the basement, but down in Florida, they call it the Florida room. But I call it the basement because I got to take 2 steps down to get to it. you know? you know? Ooh. Yeah, that sunset, I love it. This is my favorite time. I always try to come around this time. It's always beautiful back there. I always have the most beautiful sunsets. Now, mind you, you see the sun setting back there, right? Now watch, I'm gonna turn in totally opposite direction. Ready? I'm gonna do a 360. Ready? Now look back here. Look at that. There's 2 suns. 2 suns. The monkey bars? Jesus, man. I can't even remember the last time I ever been on the monkey bars. You know what? Let's try it. You done got me started now. I've never been on them in a long time. I never tried it. Somebody was telling me I need to start doing like some hanging body holds. Somebody told me I need to start doing that. I don't know. Now you got me wondering. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump up and grab one while you're bullshitting. Oh man, this is going to be embarrassing. Hold up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to jump up and grab it. And it just rained, so they're wet. Here, hold up. Let me put you on the tripod. Yeah, you about to embarrass me. Let's see. I don't know. Is that good enough right there? Where we going? We're going down there, right? That's good enough because I don't know if I'll make it this far anyway. Oh, man. And they're wet. You can see the water drops. How the hell am I supposed to get up there? Man. I don't know if I can jump. All right, here goes nothing. Ah. I ain't gonna lie, they're wet. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Hey, can I get an A for effort though? Huh? Can I? Y'all don't be laughing at me now. I tried, didn't I? I ain't gonna lie, it sort of hurt. It pulled like at my shoulders, like the weight, man. And I know I ain't that big. Let me see, I went from 330. Well, actually, when I first did my first weight loss, I was 427, and I got down to 260. And then I went to 260, back up to 330. And when I started this time, I was at 330, and now I'm down to 283. So, you hit the like on that one. That's all I got was the like. Can I get a subscribe? Yeah. All right. We're going to do that. Like, we got to be able to make it all the way across. Okay? We got to be able to do it all the way across. And I do work on my shoulders, but I guess to do that, I got to work more on my, what do they call that? Lats down here. The lats, right? That's the pull downs, right? The pull downs. I got to work more on the pull downs and stuff. Yeah, I'll start working on those. Yeah. Yep. They gave me another goal to set. Something I got to do. Wow, that's getting more and more beautiful as it goes down. Yeah. Yeah. MR, thank you. Other go-to, like, we're gonna get this channel blown up by the end of the year. We gotta get to 1,000 subscribers, man. We gotta get it. Man, that's beautiful back there, ain't it? That's beautiful. That big old tree in the way, but I don't know, that big old tree sort of sits pretty right there. That's pretty, man. That's beautiful. Maybe we get on the other side of the tree, we get another look. That's pretty bad. That's beautiful. And then you look the other way and I still don't know what that is. That's the reflection. That's a 360. That's got to be a reflection of the sun radiating all the way over there. Totally opposite direction. We're going to be like one of those conspiracy people. There's 2 suns. We have 2 suns and 3 moons. The earth is flat. Hey, don't start on that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's all about consistency, you know. I'm being as consistent as I can be. I want to drop the weight and build muscle. Because at first I was starting with just weight loss, but I didn't just want to flab out, you know. So I want to sort of form as I drop, you know what I mean? Like you see a lot of those guys, you know, a year, 2 years, lost 100 pounds, but and then now they're starting to build the muscle, but the skin is already, you know, they cannot form the skin back up, you know. So my goal is as I go to form. So as I drop, I pick up, drop, pick up, drop, pick up. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. That's the goal. You know. How you doing, Andrew? I appreciate you. We gotta laugh, man. We gotta laugh. Oh, there's another one. That's the other one right there. Oh, that's an eagle. Oh, those are eagles. That's a freaking eagle, bro. Those are both eagles. He's got binoculars. How you not see that they're eagles? Where's he at? You dumbass. Those are eagles, man. The other one just flew in. It's a bald eagle. Here, let's zoom in, see if we can zoom in. Yeah, those are bald eagles, man. Look, that's the mom and dad. Look, even you, see the white tail? See the white head? Look at the white head on the one to the left. And then you just saw the white tail, right? Tell me, those are eagles, right? That's bald eagle all day. He said, I don't know. I'm using my camera. He got a pair of binoculars. I don't know. Hey, those are bald eagles. America, there you go. Heck yeah. Yeah, they're beautiful. I see the nest too. You see they're in the center tree. If you looked at the tree to the left, at the very top, you can see the nest. Yeah, they got a little, oh man. I can see them just as good with my glasses off. Wow, they're beautiful. Here, let me see. Let's cross the street, see if we get closer, get a better look at them. Yeah, those things are beautiful. Pretty good size too. To look that big from this far. I just don't want no snake jumping out and biting me. You get a snake jump out this grass, y'all gonna hear me scream. I might not be able to do those monkey bars, but I can scream loud. Let's see. You hear all the crickets and stuff in there. Let's see, where's he at? Oh, there they go, yeah. How you zoom? I guess as far as I can zoom. That's terrible. Yeah, there they go. Yeah, those are bald eagles. White head, white tails, look at them. That's a mommy and daddy right there. I think the nest I saw, oh, and there's the hawk. Also, the hawk is still there. Yep, see, there's the hawk. And those are bald eagles. Wow, I hope the bald eagles ain't gonna eat the hawk. That'd be messed up. That'd be messed up, wouldn't it? 'Cause I don't know, I sort of like the hawks too. I think the hawks are cool too. We got a lot of the, what do you call those? Red-tailed hawks. They're pretty cool. Oh, look, he's down there. He's looking. I don't know, I thought it was a peeping Tom last time I saw him out here. Thought he was looking across the field into someone's window or something. You never know. Dang, the ladies left from the basketball court. They done took off. Yeah. I sure was gonna go say hi. That's another thing, this training and losing some weight and feeling better builds up your confidence, you know. Maybe they like the old guy with dimples. I don't know. How you doing, Desert? How you doing? Look, now he sees him. I don't know. I don't know how exciting bird watching would be. To want to spend your time hours and hours walking through fields staring at birds. I don't know, maybe it's a cool thing. Who knows? Well, I'm on a weight loss journey. I started July 1st, and since July 1st, I lost 47 pounds. And just this last month, I started strength training now since I lost that weight, and I started putting on some good muscle now too. I do 15,000 steps a day. I do 1 hour strength training at 9, and I've been eating once a day, high protein. I guess you could call it more like a carnivore diet. I don't know. I like eating eggs. I eat scrambled eggs. Every time I sit down and eat eggs, I'll eat like 6 eggs, scrambled eggs, a chicken breast. And then I always add like a vegetable. My vegetable of choice is, I appreciate you. My vegetables of choice is avocado or broccoli. And then my fruits is banana, apples, and then those little tangerines, the seedless ones. I usually add maybe 1 or 2 to my meal. Yeah. How you doing, Crypto? But yeah, that's the journey. I want to get to 260 was the original goal, 330 to 260. But I don't know. I changed my mind. I want to hit 240. 240 has always been my dream goal. Why not go for the dream, right? If we're gonna do this, let's do the dream. Let's do it. So we're gonna try to get to 240. And just so y'all know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't gonna hide nothing. Like a lot of those guys, you know. Yes, I am doing this all natural at the moment, right? I am doing it all natural. In 2 weeks, though, I'm gonna start using some stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. But until I start using it and it's locked in, I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. But it is the big stuff. It's the heavy duty stuff. So when I started, I will tell you, and I will be open with it. I'm not gonna advertise it all the time because I don't want to influence nobody, especially these kids. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll call it juice. And that what some people call it, gear, juice. I like juice. We'll call it the juice. We're gonna be on the juice. Hopefully in 2 weeks. You know, the order's in. We ain't got it yet. We ain't started yet. So until I'm actually using it, got it in my possession and using it, then I'll let you know. And then what we'll do from there, what I'm thinking is, we'll do a 360 photo or video, you know, my full body. And then we'll go from there, and then we'll do like a 6 week, because the guy that's put me on this, he said like in 6 weeks, you'll see a difference. I was like, what? So it's, if you know what I'm talking about, it's the hardcore stuff. And yeah, I know I gotta be careful with my heart and everything else. He spent like 4 to 6 hours sitting down, going over everything with me. You know, we went over my routine, my diet, everything. He told me everything I need to do, what to understand. And, you know, he wants to be like my coach in it, you know what I mean? You know, even though he won't be around, he's like the next city over. He's probably like an hour away, but, you know, phone, Facebook. He says, you feel any kind of way, you contact me. If you got any questions, contact me. So he says, you know, he wants to walk me through it. He wants to stand with me the whole way. He goes, if I'm going to help you do this, he goes, I'm going to be in it with you the whole way. He goes, because I ain't going to let nothing happen to you. You know what I mean? Me, Light, originally, depression, anxiety, PTSD. I was always small. I was a boxer. I was a Golden Gloves when I was younger. I was like 5'9", 185, 195 most of my life, all the way up into my 20s. And then, I don't know, when I hit 24, my first experience was my older sister, who was only a year older than me. So at that time, I was 23, she was 24. She died of cancer, leukemia, and she had a 2-year-old daughter who my mom raised. And that was like, I'd say my first personal experience of death, loss, and I didn't know how to handle it, I guess you could say. Like, my biggest problem was always not being able to let go. And then, I don't know, I just been broken ever since. You know, it's like things just kept happening and just kept breaking me. You know, relationships, losing more family, Like, I'm the oldest in my family. I'm 52 years old, and I'm the oldest in my family. I'm the patriarch. Nobody above me. You know what I'm saying? They're all dead, and they all died in their 50s, 60s. The only one died later than that, I think, was my granny, and she was old school. That was like 91, 92 she was. But everybody else, my mom, dad, all them 50s, 60s. You know, I'm 52 years old. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared. You know, so that's what turned me around. But it was always not. When I finally sat down and tried to figure out what it was, to me, it was not being able to let go of everything. Death, you know, just broken heart from others, you know, women, you know, family members, stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I just learned to let go. I'm not letting none of it affect me no more. And even some stuff that I couldn't let go that wasn't my fault, was their fault, you know, I forgive them and I move on, you know what I mean? Some people I haven't forgave yet, but the time will come where I will forgive them. But for me, not for them, you know? Like, to get closure so I can just keep going, you know what I mean? But it's time to go, people. I love you. I appreciate all you. Man, it was a great conversation, man. I loved every friggin' second of it. And we'll do this again. You know, I do them in the morning, about 4:30 a.m., and I do them again, you know, in the evening, about this time. Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you another idea, like just a quick example, you know, and maybe one day we'll go into it deeper. Just to give you an example of how my upbringing was, I'll give you just a quick example. Like my dad, if you remember, you know, if you're a Gen X or you're old school, you know what I'm talking about. If you remember America's Most Wanted, my dad was on America's Most Wanted. My mom turned him in. She didn't even collect the reward. But growing up around my dad, his family, and in North Philly at the time, I was shot, stabbed multiple times, and in more fights than I want to remember before I was even 14 years old. Just to give you an idea, the kind of life it was. So, you know, and that's the American life, you know what I mean? You know, that's how it was back then. But, you know, so that's where all my PTSD came from and stuff like that, my anxiety. But that's another story. Maybe we'll get into that another time. But, you know, I'm better now. I'm trying to be as good as I can be, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to earn my way in through those gates, you know what I'm saying? But I love every single one of you guys, man. Ladies, all of you. Take care. God bless you. And have a good night. And like I said, I'll be back on 4:30. I'll be back on tomorrow night. And jump in the channel. You know, always shoot me a comment, a message, anything. You know, no matter what it is, I'll hit you back. We'll talk about it. All right, people. Be good. Good night. Love you.